It's also my pleasure this evening, although I don't know if I need it based on the hand that he got, to introduce our alumni keynote speaker, Jeremy Green. After receiving his associate's degree in social science at Folsom Lake College in 2006, Jeremy transferred to UC Davis, where in 2008 he received a bachelor's degree in psychology with a minor's in Black Studies. From there, he continued to Sacramento State, where in 2012 he received his master's in education in school psychology. Currently, Jeremy's working for the Natomas Unified School District as a school psychologist in training. Please join me in welcoming this evening's alumni keynote speaker, Jeremy Green.
Y'all look so lovely tonight. They might need to turn my mic down because I tend to have a bombastic voice. I love you, Mom. My dad's on stage. He's Professor Calvin Green, so you can make some noise for him. I love you, Paul. All right, let's get started. Good evening, faculty and distinguished guests of Folsom Lake College, to the families and friends witnessing tonight's events, and to the members of this graduating class, good evening, and thank you for lending me a moment of your time. In the words of my late grandmother, Mrs. Pecola Hardnett Green, tonight is proof that all is well. It is an honor to speak to you all during this grandest of moments, a moment where many of you stand at the cusp of a better tomorrow. Your accomplishment is proof that we continue to live in remarkable times where goals, ambitions, and dreams can still be rewarded. I stand before you as a humbled man, reminded by this graduation about the successes that we as humans fight each and every day to achieve. This event is not only a graduation, but a celebration towards the ideals of dedication, patience, and determination in the face of the unknown. My purpose tonight is to emphasize the importance of this moment, a moment of success and the elevation and evolution of you, the graduating class of 2013. I am sure you all can agree that it feels so good to be here tonight. As well, I am sure all of you are happy to have completed whatever was needed to be here at this moment, even if there was a couple, why did I take this class along the way? And oh, how many times in my life has a math class made me speak such words? I'm sorry, Dad. It is true. However, those are the times we can now smile about because we have not only taken those classes, but have successfully leaped over those hurdles. There will be more difficult classes along the way, but I have no doubt that each and every one of you will show the ability to elevate once more. Tonight, I have been asked to discuss what success means to me, to use my experiences to paint an image of such an elusive concept. To me, success is built on the reasons why we often seek it. We often seek success for those who we care for and those who care for us, to prove to both ourselves and others that we have something innately pure within ourselves. The degree and or certificate that each of you have obtained tonight is visual, undeniable proof of the amazing spirit that each of you possess. So, I speak to everyone as a whole, especially her who inspired me to think of such a quote. Do not let your past struggles define you. Let it remind you of your current and future day successes. And this statement is not to reflect the idea that we must forget our past, for it is our past that has led to our present and future selves. This statement is to suggest that, in the words of the poet and philosopher Henry David Thoreau, things do not change, we change. Thus, if not for those past struggles and our dreams for a better tomorrow, this moment right here, leading to a possible better future, would not exist. That is why success to me is having the courage to desire no. It's having the courage to want more in the purest of forms. So, one can be happy and or settled with the current life situation they have, or they can want to obtain more peace of mind, more education, more knowledge of self. Success is the feeling of never being satisfied with just the dream material, but the desire to experience that dream in real time. And though a dream may cease to exist once reality, it is the chase of our dreams that allow us to bloom into something greater. It allows us to reach our potential, even if the media and data suggest otherwise. I often find that there are people afraid to acknowledge their successes, afraid to be called amazing because of the doubt they have of their own successes. Whether that success is changing a child's life with words and actions, or even being an inspiration to someone. The idea of them being simply amazing is enough to cause silence. I'm here to spread this message from the stages of Folsom Lake College to the shores of Segovia, Spain. You are all amazing. So, my dreams of Segovia made me realize that we do not acknowledge the fact that we are amazing enough. We do not acknowledge each other for the simple things that make us amazing. The fact that each and every one of you from different walks of life has reached this moment is an amazing success. The fact that we are of similar hearts, of similar spirits, motivated enough to achieve such successes is amazing. Sometimes the fear of the unknown can cause one to freeze in their tracks. In the end, it does not matter the differences in our appearance or the different fashions we allow to adorn our spirits. In the end, underneath it all, we are seeking the greater values. I say to you all, especially the one who inspired this quote with such pink lemonade words and tattoo symbolism, do not run for cover from the unknown. Embrace it and use its dream material to build a happier foundation. Once again, do not let your past struggles define you. Let it remind you of your current and future day successes. I truly feel that, in the words of former South African President Nelson Mandela, that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. That quote represents one of the reasons I sought higher learning. However, my education is more than standardized tests, reports, and data-driven methods. My education is built upon the narratives shared to me by individuals willing to compare mythologies. Some may say that my family tree has narratives ripe with some form of struggle. Though my father, Professor Calvin D. Wayne Green, and my mother, Mrs. Carol Ann Jarreau Green, provided me and my 4 younger siblings with the most stress-free life they could, I realized that I was one of the lucky ones, especially with my extended family. My father and mother are both from Louisiana. Both sides of my family tree, grandparents, cousins, aunts, uncles, you name it, live around or in the city of Baton Rouge, the city where many of these words that you hear right now were crafted. When I visited my extended family in Baton Rouge this past March, I was reminded of what struggle looks like, to see parts of your own family tree erode due to poverty, health issues, and unexpected tragedy. I was reminded of how it feels to wake up every morning and wonder what tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow, may bring. I witnessed the struggle of poverty while driving down the streets of Plank Road, while watching the 5 o'clock news and reading the local paper. This struggle often inflicts the young, many who are similar to me in both tone and complexion, but dissimilar in the fact that their future has been stunted in all forms. I've also seen this same epidemic affect the many students I have worked with as a school psychologist in training in the Natomas Unified School District. This world where my extended family resides reminds me that even with the successes I have accomplished, there is still more work to be done. This is something I have never shared with either of my parents until tonight, but I constantly think of ways to help them and my extended family reach a better tomorrow. I guess this is rooted in the same philosophy shared by my father and his mother, my grandmother. My successes are not just about me. They're about how I help individuals in need. My mentor and friend, Dr. Tim McCargue, I see you, once told me something similar to this, about my successes only being successful if I positively impact the overall human condition. I'm here to tell Dr. Tim, and everyone here tonight that I've always been aware of this, and that my successes will be determined by how effective of a resource I am for anyone, no matter their narrative, traveling through this thing called life. So I aim to promote the same understanding within each and every one of you. Without a doubt, Folsom Lake College helped to further my knowledge of self in this regard. Attending this college allowed for me to meet mentors and friends who have shaped my spirit. As you heard earlier, with Folsom Lake College serving as my bridge towards a journey of sensory excellence, I received AA degrees in social science and general education. I was able to travel en route to obtaining my BA in psychology and minor in black studies. When the time came for me to obtain this school psychology master's degree, a school psychology degree that I had been thinking about since high school from Sacramento State University, I felt ready. I worked an additional year to, taking these prerequisites at the El Dorado Center and volunteering at Theodore Judah Elementary in Folsom. However, I was met with rejection from that school psychology program. I was told by a wonderful professor in my program that my rejection was not due to a lack of preparation, but because some felt I was too confident in my interviews. So that puzzled me. Yeah, I heard laughing. I was ready for success in order to give back. However, success wanted me to learn more from this version of struggle. Though this rejection based on such superficial criteria was a struggle to understand, I self-reflected and dedicated myself to fine-tuning my message of community. I continued to teach as well as learn from the students, staff, and community of Theodore Judah Elementary, a school rich in the human spirit. And wouldn't you know it, I was accepted into that very same school psychology program on my second attempt, with the same person on the panel who more than likely found my delivery and presentation, for whatever reason, to be too confident. And oh, so confident in me. Achieved a level of success not only in the degree at age 26, but also in the kudos I received from people within and outside of the program. I did not give up on my dreams of human service because I wanted to be an inspiration for students, guardians, and communities needing someone, anyone, who is not a product of the system, but a product of the change we all seek. Thus, I hope that when all of you are faced with rejection and or disappointment, that you use it to rise above and to remind yourself that you are all amazing. Thank you. So, I only hope that my words inspire you to take up the mantle of using your success to change people's lives for the better. I've been fortunate to do such a thing, even in my past work here as a classified temporary. You probably all know me from the Reading Writing Center, the Computer Lab, as well as the Disabled Student Programs and Services Department. I worked there for several years because I knew, in short, it's a sense of community, true community, which defines the values of successes. It is not only honoring those who have helped you, but also attempting to pay it forward to others in need. I merely ask you, the graduating class of 2013, to never lose the fighting spirit that has allowed you to sit in the finest of fabrics in those oh-so-comfy seats. I want you to hear this. Success is greater than a paycheck, greater than A, B, or C on a state test. Success is the manifestation of the human spirit. Be proficient in the business of the human spirit. When I was younger, I was inspired by the story of my father who, along with my mother, took a leap of faith in the decision to move to California. The more I see the struggles of poverty that affects not just African Americans, but all Americans, I am reminded of the sacrifices my father made to give me and my siblings the tools to build a better tomorrow. My father and mother came to California so he could obtain his master's degrees in mathematics and engineering. He wanted those degrees for a reason. He had a passion to be more than just the product of his environment. This is a lesson my mother practices in her ability to stay so emotionally consistent, and I thank you for that. As well, I am reminded of my grandparents, particularly my grandmother, Pecola, who would say, "My man," whenever I would share my successes in school with her. But see, along with many African Americans from her generation, she valued education. She saw education as a gateway towards a better sense of self. I am of the belief that each of you has this ability to share the brightest part of your spirit with those either playing in the sunshine or running underneath the cover of night. Your spirit is the electric fire, powerful enough to light the way for yourself and others. It's funny. Even though I have some semblance of successes, I still do not feel that successful. There are times when I wished to be less successful because I fear giving off the illusion of being changed to a point where people I know would no longer accept me, and the ones I hope to know with such tattoo symbolism and internal struggles would run for cover from me. However, it is the congratulations from both young and old, friends and strangers alike, the doubters, the supporters, and my family's aesthetic, which continues to help me remember that my food for thought is just right in this flavor of success. To my father and mother, my sisters, Crystal and Christina, and my brothers, Justin and Alan Michael, I speak tonight as physical proof that the commitment and love you have given me has paid off. To my family in Louisiana, and to the memory of my cousin Jeremy Bernard Green, and I'm Jeremy Dwayne Green. Imagine that growing up. Who serves as an inspiration to me to never give up. I give my thanks. To the friends I've met here, to the friends I've met in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and Sydney, Australia, thank you for inspiring me with your narratives. And I give a special thanks to you, Miss Amal, and your sister, Miss Amina, for your trust in my spirit. I thank your mother for instilling in you both the principles of true human beauty, fashioned in the image of kindness. For that, I give to you, Miss Amal, all my love to the nines. So in the end, I tell you once more, from the stages of Folsom Lake College to the shores of Segovia, Spain, you are all amazing. No matter the current burdens, no matter the demands of those who see my intense praising as being a lost cause, you are all amazing. I want to try something new and fresh. Are you willing to take this leap of faith with me? I need more noise than that. There we go. Thank you. So, I want you to try to repeat this. I'm going to count down to 3, and I want you to repeat these words. I am amazing. I want everyone who is willing to feel the power of self-belief to do this. So, on the count of 3, this means you, Lisa. Repeat after me. You too, John. 1, 2, 3. I am amazing. Thank you. I'm almost done. I know I'm taking them on a journey. My apologies. All right. Success is amazing, and success is the human spirit each and every one of you has displayed in this accomplishment. That is the dream material most of us hope for, and this is the dream material I am honored to share with you. Thank you for your time, and always remember, all is well. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm going to step aside and get you a little gift.
All right.
How about another round of applause for Jeremy? Thank you, Jeremy. We appreciate you coming back to FLC tonight to share with us. Please accept this token of our appreciation for your inspiration, example, and one amazing speech. Thank you. Thank you.